What's up? We're back, and I know it's been a while since I've done a video and done anything on YouTube, but I wanted to, I guess not necessarily YouTube, but I guess just any video, but I wanted to take a minute just to kind of walk you through the shop, show you some things. We've done a lot with the place. We moved over to the building that was next door to where we were before, and so I'll just kind of pan around. So we've got pictures. We still carry Brianna's pottery selection, which is nice. Always enjoy that. For those that like to see your roots, got a little clear glass section there. I'm a pot person, not that kind of pot, although that is probably also an exotic plant, but not that type of exotic plant. So we've got some cool pots. What else do we have here? Earrings. These are also locally made, these ones anyways. Necklaces, keychains, pop sockets. So you need a pop socket, obviously plants, more pots, more jewelry, just about every type of pot that you could think of, from your attractive body pot to your inquisitive nerdy guy pot. We also carry liquid dirt. So for those of you that didn't know, we are a liquid dirt retailer. More pots. This is kind of cool. These are fun. We got here. Pretty sweet. Nutrient solution. Stuff that we use in the store. It's the only stuff we use in the store. We're going to start trying to use liquid dirt, but we just haven't yet. But take a quick look at that pot selection there. Got some macrame. Good stuff there. Then if we swing over to this side, the one nice thing now is being on this side of the store, or this side of this building, it gives us the ability to lock the doors and have full control. And so that gives us the ability to now have like our rare plants out in the open and not have to worry about anything happening to them when we're not here, because we have full control of the doors. Beautiful elbow. Got your IV, not an ivy. And it's funny, actually funny story. So cool customer came in, younger kid, is a neat guy. So he's like, why does that plant have an ivy? And I'm thinking to myself, no, actually, that's not an ivy. That's a Brazil. And he's like, no, why does it have an ivy? And I was like, oh, an ivy, because I had totally forgot that this was here. And so he's like, yeah, why does it have an ivy? And I was like, oh, it's a drip system. And actually, you know what? These drip systems, they actually work. Let's see if we can. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it to like drip immediately, because it's been. Open this up. Well, maybe we'll have to edit that out, but it does work. Let's go down here. Oh, so I have it in the off position. Let's get it out of the off position. Let's move it into right there. And get it going down. Oh, you missed it. Well, here we go. Look at that. So yeah, those actually do work. It's a real drip system. Life support for your plant if you're going on vacation. Good stuff. Give you a wider view of the room. Just kind of walk through here. Got the counter, same counter as we had before. Just brought it over to this side. Still have some fun, smaller rare plants in there. It's a little foggy right now because the mister was going, or humidifier, not mister, the humidifier was going just recently. All right, got a little sticker wall. It's fun. So come in, grab a sticker. There's some fun little stickers in there. Like if you're into Monsteras, little Monstera sticker. tons of other stickers. Obviously, we've got your trellises, a few different sizes, a few different places. Swinging back around to this side. Sorry for all the movement. Maybe we'll have to edit some of this. Fun little collection here. It's just kind of where some of the fancier stuff that we enjoy looking at. So it's not necessarily that it's higher priced, but just good stuff to look at. And then, well, those of you that have been in the store still have this guy. Brought him over from the other side. So that's kind of cool. Oh, the prop wall. Okay, so prop exchange wall. How this works, bring one, take one. It's got some fun stuff up on here. Like we've got some Cebu blue. There's looks like this might be a snow pothos maybe. Got a Hoya. And obviously this whatever's up here is going to change periodically because it's what you bring and what you take. So that's kind of cool. I like that. It's a good feature. And then if you wanted to have one, you know, we can also make them and sell them. So something for you there. Let's go. Oh, let's go here first. Shirts, hoodies, jackets, lots of fun stuff. Maybe you want a jacket that says Plant Mommy. What's up, Mommy? Anyways, all right. Moving into the potting room station. So that was another thing. Moving over to this side of the location gave us the ability to have more room per se. It feels like it's about the same size, but it's broken up into different sections. And so one of the things that's nice is that we now have a potting room. And so in the potting room, we obviously still carry plants though. So a little selection there. And these are nice. This is real cement. These are super heavy. But yeah, so potting room station. We're gonna start carrying some products that you can buy like by the bag. So you can get like your sphagnum moss, you get your leca, get some cocoa core, or cocoa core chips. We're gonna start carrying pumice and charcoal and one other thing. I'm not really sure. Thinking about perlite, but perlite's pretty messy. But let's look at some of the other stuff that's in here. So here we go. Humidifiers. This is awesome. Highly recommend if you have a like a IKEA cabinet, like one of those, well, you know, Mills Bow or like this guy, or I don't think that might be a Mills Bow tall. I'm not really sure. But if you have a cabinet that you're using for your rare plants, then I would highly recommend getting a little bottle of humidifier. Then hooking it up to a smart switch is a nice way to go because then you can control how often that turns on and off. So for example, on this one, hey Google, turn on the humidifier. There you go. It's kind of sweet. But obviously you don't want to have it only by word command. It's better to have it on a timer, but just for demonstration purposes. Hey Google, turn off the humidifier. Okay. We also carry smart switches, or smart plugs, I should say. A wide variety of humidifiers. Pots again, always more pots, more pictures, plant tags, sticky, like I don't know, sticky traps, twisty tie reels. What else do we have? More humidifiers. So let's go into here. Right. So, say that you have a plant friend and you want to get them a card for that special occasion, like a birthday. We've got some happy birthday cards. Lots of fun stuff there. And then if we go into here, this is where most of the fun stuff is. So I'm going to swing around here. We'll start with the plant wall. Still working on the plant wall, but there's some pretty cool stuff up here. This was a more recent buy, I guess. The one thing that we will say is that the stuff that's on the plant wall, that's probably the only thing that's not for sale in the store. Everything else is pretty much for sale. Got your various cabinets still. Got your philodendrons. Got some anthuriums. Got Syndopsis. Variegated Syndopsis. Actually, let's pull it out. I've got a few more of these that are also going to be coming in. But look at that, good looking. Got some other fun stuff in there. Got alocasias and epis. Not very many epis. That light really wreaks havoc on the camera. Got a good Hoya selection. Kind of run down through there. Oh, and also, we're trying to work on being like your full accessory, like one-stop shop for accessories as well for rare plants. And so a couple other things. We also now carry fans. Let's grab an actual fan. So, this is connected to some stuff here. There we go. So yeah, so let's say that you need a fan for your cabinet, kind of like that guy. Hard to see, but we now carry fans as well. And we also carry, it's in the other room and I forgot to show you, but we also carry lights, like this particular light right here that's wreaking havoc on the camera because it's the way that it oscillates or whatever. But we carry those. Got some obliqua, some Stanleyana Aria, variegated. It's supposed to be Indonesian mint, but it's not doing its thing. Or not even a mint. It's supposed to be a Japanese mint, but it's not doing what it's supposed to. Got a cabinet for Syngoniums. Got more of the Anthuriums. A beautiful luxurian back in there. Oh, what else do we have? Oh, we've got our personal collection. So this is probably the only other section that's not for sale. And some of the stuff in here maybe will sell. But, like, let's see if I can get an angle on it. The caramel marble. Oh, that is a beauty. Tons of other plants. These are more of the common stuff. Just more of the fun stuff. But we do have some other rare stuff in here. Like, this is not an albo, but an Aria. One-star Aria. Got a good looking Florida beauty. It's pretty good size. Some good variegation on there. A Wangisulobum. I don't know how to pronounce that. Wangisimilobum. However that's pronounced. Cebu blue with some fenestration going on there. Got a green queen or Esmeralda queen. Good sized tie. So lots of stuff to check out. All right, so it gives you a quick rundown of the store. I just kind of wanted to start out that way just because I know that it's been a while since I've done a video, and then B, since you guys, actually probably a lot of people haven't even seen the store in terms of like seeing it in its full capacity, like doing a walk around. And so it kind of gives everybody an opportunity to do that. Oh, this is fun. I've done pictures with this, but I haven't. And this is a baby leaf. Actually, this leaf just barely came out. The older leaves, like right here, it's our big pastas on them. Super happy guy. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back up on the stand here, and then we're gonna hang out. I'm gonna probably pot some stuff up, talk a little bit, tell you about what's up and coming. But I wanted to really just kind of do a little quick tour of the store. Some things that I did forget. If you're into cacti, you've got some cacti mix. You've got your Aroid mix. You've got your leca. If you need leca, we've got the larger trellises. We've got moss poles. We've got the, let me get it in the view here, lights. So if you need some lighting, we also have, this is a adjustable LED or fan controller. So like your fan's going and it's like super loud, it's like and it's all crazy. You can actually control it and turn down the speed on it. So that's a nice benefit there. So yeah, lots of good stuff. Come down, check us out. Armstrong Aroids, 495 South, 100 West, Bountiful, Utah. and let's get into potting up some plants. Bye. All right, so what's up, everybody? We're back. Here we not necessarily do like a full YouTube video. I just wanted to see what the feel was like to actually get back here, pot up something, and see what's going on in terms of how this works, in terms of doing a video, doing some potting, and spending time with you, obviously. So here we are. We got some stuff that we do need to pot up. We've got this Periso Verde, super good variegation, and really nice root system. This one is ready to go out. It's actually been acclimating. It's good to go. It's put out a new leaf, and so this one is ready to go into the shop. I just realized I didn't get soil, so obviously we use a soilless soil, coca coir mix. So our soil is a combination of coca coir, chocolate. Oh my gosh. Oh, take two. Our soil is a mix of coca coir, coca coir chips. Oh my gosh. Perlite, charcoal, not chocolate, and we will put in a mycos. We put mycos in our mix as well. And I think that's pretty much it. Sometimes we'll use pumice, usually we won't though. But yeah, so maybe I should have just pulled some out so I could actually see and pay attention to what I'm saying by looking at it at the same time. Let's go like this. Mix. All right, so I can see one thing with the strategy down here. Organization is definitely going to be an area of opportunity, because I can't get to some stuff without moving some other stuff out of the way. But nonetheless, here we go. All right, so keeping it in a little Tupperware bin. We obviously also will have soil mix that we'll have down in here underneath for customers that just want to buy it like by the bag. But for our personal purposes, we're going to just have it in a Tupperware bin. And actually this has got some leca and a little bit of sphagnum moss in it too, which is fine. The sphagnum moss is really just good for moisture purposes. It's a good moisture retention. Coca coir chips are as well, but I think the sphagnum moss just gives it just a little bit more. Alright, so wow, I'm like all over the place and not focused on the camera, but that's okay. What's more important is what I'm doing versus what you're hearing, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some of this ready to go for us here. Okay, so in here you can see this is a really good mix of a lot of different stuff. That's what we're going to be using for this Periso Verde. What I've done is I've cut some holes into the bottom of the cup so that we're going to use a 2-cup system here. And I really like that because if I need to flush out the plant for whatever reason, it gives me the opportunity to do so without having to disturb the root system. And I should have used a potting mat, and I didn't, so we're going to improvise. I'm going to use this like a potting mat for right now. Let's bring this guy. Let's put that right there. Okay. It's not a potting mat, but it's going to work like one. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this stuff here, and we're just going to put it all in there nice and neat. And that's another thing too. If you boil your leca, you can reuse it, and I think it's really good for plants that need to have the feel like they're climbing over stuff in the roots, so that they can actually produce larger leaves. I've heard that that's a pretty solid ongoing theory. And then I'm not gonna do a lot of like hard squeezing, but I just want to kind of fill in some of these gaps. And I don't necessarily need to fill them all in, but I do want to fill in some of them. And you can tap the bottom of it. Just go like that a little bit. Okay, top it off here. Now in pretty good shape. That could probably use a moss pole, honestly, but the goal for this guy is to sell it before it actually needs a moss pole. So I think we'll be in good shape. So there you have it. We've got our Preso Verde with super high variegation ready to go. It's going to need some water with nutrient solution in it, but I think that for right now, he's good enough to set to the side. So we'll put him right there. Let's see. We're good there. What do we want to do next? This guy's also pretty good rooted. Obviously this one's not going to go into the store just yet, at least not for sale. Some of these roots probably be trimmed back a bit. Maybe quite a bit. The roots themselves are still pretty strong though. So if the root doesn't like pull off easily, or I can see like little, like this piece right here, this corner piece, get over there. That guy's bent, so he's broken. So what I would do is I just clip off just above it. And then if you see like an area where, like right here, you can see all those little roots that are spinning off of that one main root. Those are good. You don't want to disturb that. But these darker ones, I'll usually trace it back and see if it's broken somewhere. And if it's broken, I'm just gonna clip it. And if it's not broken, I'm gonna tug on it a little bit and see if it pulls apart. Like these, down here it started to pull apart, but up top not so much. So I might just cut it back a little bit. But those lighter roots, I'm gonna be careful to not cut those because those are healthy. These guys, And again, I don't like to obliterate the root system because even though they're dark roots, they still are providing some type of nutrition to the plant. And so I may go back in later on and clean it up some more. but for right now, I don't want to lose all of my roots because they are still sustaining the plant itself. And you know, like you've got this new leaf that's coming in. You know, I don't want to lose that. So I'm going to seize every opportunity to not lose it. Then I didn't pre-rinse my leca, and so we're just going to use shop leca, but it's in some water. It's not probably not a common practice and not a best practice, but I've got that in a solution of water. And that way, and I shook it up, stirred it up really good so that we worked it so that all of the actual bad sediment is at the bottom. And so the leca that I was getting from the top is actually clean leca. You're not going to see any of the brown stuff going on in there. But because there's no sink in the shop, that's kind of like the next best thing for us. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, look at how red those roots are. It's kind of weird doing this because the shop's still technically open, but there's nobody here. So, but we're about to close. But it's all good. When I say close, I mean close for the day. And this is something we would do during business hours anyways. It's not like it's weird, just the video piece of it's kind of weird. Kind of messy. Keep looking to see if there's anybody out there. Like, somebody there? No, nobody's there. Okay, cool. So we got this going. I'm gonna drop. One thing I started to do is just drop like a single piece of leca inside the bottom tray, and that's just to give it a little bit more of a degree of separation so that you've got a water reservoir there, and then it can go up into your leca reservoir, and then this part here can just be wicked up from the reservoir. And so I found that to be a good process that's been working for us lately. I've seen our roots have been a lot happier. What else do we got in here? This guy. Okay, the roots on this one don't look as happy or healthy. Again, these are plants. That Preso Verde, it's going to go into the store. It's ready to go, but both of these are Sotoroi. Both of these Sotoroi are probably not going to go into the store just yet. And if they do, they just won't be for sale. We'll wait for them to build out their root system before we actually make them available to buy. And everybody's different. Like, I know that there's a lot of people out there that are like, no, just cut it all off, start over. You could do that. I don't do that, just because when you do that, you're definitely going to lose your leaves. And these leaves are in good condition. And there are some, like if you look right here, and right here, and right here, there's some roots that are actually actively growing, and they may be enough to sustain it. Like, I might chop off this little guy just to give the plant a better chance, as well as giving this newer leaf a better chance. But it really kind of depends. And it looks like this kind of got bound up, so he may not be so pretty when he comes out anyways. But, you know, over time, they will gain more leaves and become more beautiful. It's one of the things with import plants is when you first get it and you're first bringing it in, it's not going to be the prettiest plant, but you know what it's going to look like potentially, and that's where that difference is. Now, I mean, obviously for us, we're going to bring it in and we're going to get it to that point of being pretty for you, and then we'll sell it to you once it's gone through the acclimation process and it's all in better shape. All right, so let's see. Let's get us some more leca here. And it's kind of an unorthodox process to have the leca here. I think that the next time that I do this, what I'll do is I'll have like the leca probably like be rinsed and ready to go. But if I do have to do this, I'll probably have it set down aside, maybe like a little stand down there or something, just to kind of make the process easier. Okay, so we're good there. Let's clean this up a little bit more. Yeah, going back and forth on that one. Doesn't look like it's, get rid of it. And like, here's another one. So like this one, it's broken right there. It's not coming back. We'll get rid of that. Probably get rid of that too. This guy where it's dark, probably get rid of that. And that. Okay, we're pretty good with that. Some more soil. Okay, because these guys are crawlers, you want to make sure that you give yourself a little bit of room. So I don't want to put that all the way down in there. I can probably put it pretty close, but I want to bring it up just a little bit, just so that this last piece here has some room to grow. And once it starts to unfurl, I don't want it to get caught and unfurl underneath the cup there, or underneath the top of the cup. So we're going to bring it up just a bit. So we're going to run some soil, or soilless soil, substrate, a little bit further up than normal so that it has room for that leaf to unfurl. And again, we're squeezing the outer part of the pot, but not enough to damage anything. The root system is really further into the middle of the pot, so me squeezing the outside of the pot isn't going to bend or break any of the roots, and so we'll be in okay shape from that perspective. Man, this one piece. Fix you. Get rid of that. Again, the soil that we carry in the store, or the soilless soil that we carry in the store, isn't messy like this. It doesn't have this sphagnum moss in it. You know, it's a more traditional mix. This is more specifically for us, and mainly just because we like for the plants to be able to stay moist for a longer period of time, because we may go a week without watering, whereas in your house, you know, you'll catch that and be like, oh, needs a little bit of water. Okay, so we're good there. I'm just checking the bottom because you'll notice that we cut out some slits. Maybe if we can get up in there. So yeah, like right there, we've got slits cut out for the water to drain. So it wouldn't be good to use one of these that also had slits cut out, because then it's a big mess. Okay, so we have this guy, and he's ready to go. Obviously he's not going to be for sale, he's just going to hang out, probably end up going back home. This just gives me an opportunity to get some stuff done while I'm here. And I can take these, transport them back home, throw them in the grow tent, and let them acclimate and build out the roots, and then we'll bring them back into the store. But I wanted to be able to see what this felt like in terms of potting stuff up and engaging with you while being in the store to go through this process. All right, I think that's pretty much it in terms of stuff that's going to go in the large cups. I accidentally left all the small cups at home, and so we'll probably cut this one a little short. But awesome opportunity. It's fun. I think I like this. I can definitely tell that I'm rusty and I haven't made a video in a while because I'm making a lot of mistakes, but I'm going to leave those mistakes in there instead of editing them out so that you get that raw, real experience. And yeah, it's been fun. So appreciate you. Again, this is Trey, Armstrong Aroids and Rare Plant Enthusiast. I should say Armstrong Aroids co-owner, Rare Plant Enthusiast. Got to work on that too because I'm a little rusty there. But I think the one last thing that I want to leave you with is please don't forget, if you are in Utah, May 5th, I should say May 5th and May 6th, I don't know. We're going to have Equigenera out, and that's going to be an awesome experience. We had a lot of fun last year. We had Angel out. He was a great guy. Just rock star status. And yeah, it'll be a lot of plants, like just boxes and boxes of plants of Aroids. So it's usually about a 70-30 mix, 70% Aroids, 30% orchids. So yeah, definitely check us out. And then if, say like you're not local, but you happen to be in the Utah area, stop by. Check us out there and see how we compare. I know that we did a lot of shopping and still do at other plant stores in other states. It's kind of like a thing that I think all plant people probably do, is you plan your vacations based on where places are as far as like plant shops goes. And so make us one of your stops. We'd love to see you. Let us know that you're out on vacation and drop in and say hi. Appreciate you. Take care and thanks. Bye. Now, where's that remote? Need a haircut. Man, this is so